UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship was in a brand new venue as the world's top riders converged at the UIM-ABP High Air Grand Prix of Qingdao in China, round 3 of the 2019 UIM-ABP season. More than 60 athletes from all over the world gathered to compete in 4 categories: Men's Ski Division GP1, Ski Ladies GP1, Freestyle, and Runabout GP1. In this program, we bring you all the Runabout GP1 and Freestyle action from the UIM-ABP High Air Grand Prix of Qingdao. Located in Shandong Province along the LOC coast, Qingdao is a modern, bustling metropolis, an industrial, economic, and financial hub that has a dynamic vibe reflected in the towering city center that dominates this city of millions. European architecture abounds in the city, which has one of the highest standards of living in the People's Republic, with cafes, restaurants, and shopping centers and districts a testament to its cosmopolitan and commercial success. Qingdao is also a major tourism destination, attracting visitors from China and abroad year-round with its seaside scenery and temperate climate. This is a historic seaport and naval base, a gateway to China with many incredible attractions to take in. Dubbed China's sailing city, Qingdao is the perfect venue and the 6th city in the People's Republic to host a UIM-ABP Grand Prix, which got underway with an impressive opening ceremony, a variety of events, and a gala dinner welcoming the UIM-ABP family to Qingdao for the first time. Local and international interest for the High Air Grand Prix of Qingdao was high. The crowds gathered to meet the riders and tour the race area or enjoy the weekend in the VIP zone.
China is becoming more and more relevant to the sport. We are very proud to organize here in Qingdao the World Championship in Aquabike with all the various classes here. Many races coming from all continents of the world. We are very happy that Higher Group joined forces, and I'm sure this is not going to be the last time.
The High Air Grand Prix circuit is tricky due to the tides, allowing riders and officials only around 3 hours of high tide during which to race.
Well, the tide is pretty interesting out here. It seems like we're constantly waiting for the tide to come up so we can go out there because it's super shallow, and we have this short amount of window for testing and racing, so we're trying to use up the best time possible for everything. What we have right now is we have a beach start, and we have a nice little straightaway, an inside and an outside course. And as we're coming around, as soon as we finish up on the red buoy, we come into the splits. It's pretty nice because we come straight down the beach afterwards, so it's nice. I like it.
The Runabout GP1 competition in 2019 has been intensely competitive so far, with 3 different moto winners and 2 different Grand Prix winners, neither of whom is leading the title race, with just 10 points separating the top 4. With 2 more Grand Prix to go, the Runabout GP1 world title is literally almost anyone's for the taking. While defending world champion Jeremy Perez of France and Kuwaiti 4-time world champion Yusuf Al Abdulrazak won 3 motos between them, the man who sits atop the world standings is Danish rider Markus Jorgensen, who has yet to win a moto or Grand Prix this season. But Jorgensen's consistency has paid off, raking in the points in Portimao and then in Olbia to lead the world standings on 71 points.
We have to stock haul, but the handling is good. We work a lot on the handling. We will see if the power is enough. So I did all I could do to be ready, so we will see how it goes.
Jeremy Perez suffered a 0 points showing in the first moto of round 2 in Olbia, which set him back in a tough field, while Yusuf Al Abdulrazak had a dismal start to the year in Portimao, where the Kuwaiti only managed 4 points before his clean sweep double moto Grand Prix win in Olbia.
It's been a while. I've been after the Italy race, I did 2 surgeries, a shoulder and a hernia surgery. So I had a good recovery time, but still, like, it's not 100% back again. But this race, I had my backup ski with me. We have worked on it a lot, and we are gonna push as much as we can at the qualifier.
Yeah, I feel good. We are in China. We work a lot from last race from Olbia. We come here for try to get the maximum of points for stay in front of the championship. That stay one race after in Sharjah. So I will try to do my best and to do the maximum for win the two motos.
But neither of those world champions is second in the world standings. That man is Rashid Al-Tayer, who is just 2 points behind Jorgensen due to his first Grand Prix win back in Portimao. Polish ace Andrzej Wisniewski was third in the standings going into Qingdao, his consistency the key to his success, with the likes of Samuel Johansson, Anton Pankratov, Mattia Fracasso, Lino Araujo, and Johan Johansson also making this one of the most competitive runabout fields in years, not to mention a new Japanese talent, Hajime Isahai. Also racing in Qingdao is a strong local Chinese contingent of 6 riders led by UIM-ABP regular Wu Ronghua. Moto 1 of the UIM-ABP Aquabike High Air Grand Prix of Qingdao, Marcus Jorgensen on pole after winning qualifying, with Hajime Isahai second ahead of Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak third, then Samuel Johansson, Wisniewski and Altair, Jeremy Perez at the back after being unable to finish the qualifying sprint race with a broken supercharger. Field of 24 riders charges off the beach on the opening straightaway to the whole shot. Former world champion Mattia Fracasso off to a great start, but Japanese rider Isahai passes him on the whole shot. What a start from Isahai! Isahai is in the lead. Behind him is Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak on the number 11 ski, then Fracasso third and Marcus Jorgensen fourth, the Dane slipping 3 places after starting in pole. In a battle for 5th place, Polish rider Andrzej Wisniewski comes out ahead, enters the top 5. Jeremy Perez trying to push up the field further back, moving up slowly. Still in the lead is Isahai, the Japanese rider with one eye on 4-time world champion Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak right behind him. In the alternate course, Marcus Jorgensen manages to get past Mattia Fracasso. Jorgensen moves up into 3rd. More bad luck for Jeremy Perez in just the first lap, a broken crankshaft, and that ends the defending world champions race.
The jet ski full of water inside, so I can continue, so we'll see tomorrow if I can fit.
Back in the alternate course, it's Al-Abdulrazak in the green track taking on Isahai in the blue. Can the Kuwaiti do it? He does it! Al-Abdulrazak takes the lead from Isahai, but Jorgensen also passes the Japanese rider, who suddenly finds himself bumped down to 3rd as Jorgensen moves up into 2nd. Al-Abdulrazak is where he wants to be. Having won the last 2 motos in Olbia, he's going for 3 in a row this season in his quest for a historic 5th world title. In the alternate course, Fracasso passes Isahai, the Italian moving up into 3rd. Isahai bumped down another spot to 4th. Behind them in 5th is Samuel Johansson, who got his first UIM-ABP podium in round 1 in Portimao. Up in front, Marcus Jorgensen is breathing down Al-Abdulrazak's neck, but the Kuwaiti is fending off the challenge. Isahai trying to catch Fracasso, but then to his right, Samuel Johansson storms past Isahai to bump the Japanese rider down to 5th. A lap later, in the alternate course, Samuel Johansson in the green track taking on Mattia Fracasso in a push for 3rd position, and he does it! Johansson up in 3rd. Portuguese rider Christoph Agostinho breaks down on the circuit. He's out of the race. The laps run out for Jorgensen as Yusuf Al-Abdulrazak enters the final straight, about to win his 3rd moto in a row. Great racing from the Kuwaiti, who closes the gap further between him and Jorgensen in the world standings. Jorgensen's runner-up finish keeps him on top of the world standings with 22 points, while third place goes to Samuel Johansson, a well-deserved result for the young Swede who edges out Mattia Fracasso in fourth and Hajime Izahai fifth.
I'm not feeling that good. My shoulder popped up in one of the turns, but it's not that bad. But Marcus kept pushing me, and that made me push harder than usual. But we did good. We got full points. We're gonna rest good for tomorrow and get the full points tomorrow as well, I hope.
The freestyle event is a regular favorite as crowds and fellow riders gather to see what these aquabats can do with a modified stand-up ski, producing some brilliant flourishes and tricks that make this a perennial attraction at every Grand Prix. In freestyle, the defending world champion Rashid Al Mullah of the United Arab Emirates is in a class of his own and enjoying an unbeaten 19 moto, 8 Grand Prix winning streak as he sits atop the world standings with a perfect 100% record, 100 points from 4 motos. Doing everything he can to challenge Al Mullah is Italy's multiple European champion Roberto Mariani, who was second in the world standings behind Al Mullah. Mariani on 88 points after finishing runner-up to Al Mullah in every moto this year. Russian ace Sergei Chemezov goes into round 3 in 3rd position, and also competing in Qingdao is Paulo Nunes of Portugal, Czech rider Jaroslav Turner, and 3 Chinese talents who are looking to gain some experience racing with the UIM-ABP regulars. Chinese riders He Liu and Huajian Wu gave a good showing in the 2 freestyle heats, seeking to gain some experience and try out some tricks with the big names in the world of freestyle, and the crowds cheered them on. Paulo Nunes of Portugal gave a solid routine with a consistent performance over 2 heats, some good combos, backflips, and 180s and barrel rolls. Russian Sergei Chemezov was up to the challenge, seeking a podium place in a tough field, and he laid it all out there with a good routine, solid execution, some nice creativity, and a few signature moves that got the crowd excited. Jaroslav Turner was also very impressive. The Czech rider's 180 and 240 combos, barrel rolls, and multiple backflips reaping oohs and ahs from the Qingdao crowd shows he can compete with the big names. Multiple European and national champion from Italy, Roberto Mariani, is always a crowd pleaser. The veteran from Rome is one of the busiest competitors, and he hardly misses any world or European event, a very solid freestyler with flair, producing his own tricks, novel moves, a flurry of backflips, and a lot of good crowd interaction. And then there was Rashid Al Mullah. It's not just the crowds that gather to watch the Emirati, but his fellow UIM-ABP riders from all other categories who come to watch the maestro perform. And what a performance he gave. Simply breathtaking. There was no doubt he was, once again, in a class of his own. The final results, another clean sweep for Al Mullah, who maintains his perfect record to win his 3rd Grand Prix of the year, extending his unbeaten run to 21 motos and 9 Grand Prix. Roberto Mariani, Grand Prix runner-up, and Jaroslav Turner finishing on the podium in 3rd ahead of Sergei Chemezov, Paulo Nunes, and Chinese riders He Liu and Huajian Wu, and a 3rd Chinese rider, Chao Fan Li, unable to compete in Qingdao.
I feel so proud. And now thanks to my team, and they work very hard until to get this setup and make my ski flying.
Al-Mullah continues to dominate the world standings, on track for another world title. Mariani second on 132 points, with Turner in third. It was time for Moto 2 of the Runabout GP1, the day starting with a parade lap and an opening ceremony. Could Jeremy Perez make up for Moto 1? Can Al Abdulrazak get another win to catch Marcus Jorgensen on points?
I had an injury yesterday, but today it feels much better. I'm gonna try my best and get the full points and try to catch up with Marcus and get the overall.
Yeah, it will be not easy. After the unlucky of yesterday that I broke on the pole position and on the Moto 1. So unlucky, I want to place me on the whole shot on X outside and I'm inside. So no worry, I'll try to get a good start and no will be easy. But I will try to do my best and I hope I fix good and I hope I will finish the race.
The field of 24 riders wait for the start, and they're off. Great start from Hajime Izahai, the Japanese rider shooting ahead just like in Moto 1, but can he keep the lead this time? Polish rider Andrzej Wisniewski is in front of Yusuf Al Abdulrazak, and they come around the whole shot. As Izahai leads the pack, behind him it's defending world champion Jeremy Perez in second, with Marcus Jorgensen behind them in third. Jeremy Perez wants to put the disappointment of Moto 1 behind him. He's fixed that crankshaft and he's ready to roll out there. But will he be able to catch Hajime Izahai? The Japanese talent is very fast at the start of Moto 2. Izahai could make history here as the first Japanese rider to win a UIM-ABP Runabout GP1 race. Drama behind Izahai as Wisniewski and Perez lock horns in the alternate track. The Polish rider closes in, but Perez holds point and fends off the challenge. Behind the lead riders, Al Abdulrazak manages to get past Jorgensen, the Kuwaiti moving up into fourth. Championship leader Jorgensen bumped down to fifth. A couple laps in, and it's Izahai leading Moto 2, with Jeremy Perez behind him in second, then Wisniewski in third, followed by Al Abdulrazak, Jorgensen, Portuguese rider Lino Araujo, and then Mattia Fracasso in seventh. Jorgensen in fifth, giving pursuit to the four-time world champion Yusuf Al Abdulrazak, trying to reclaim fourth from the Kuwaiti, but Al Abdulrazak stays out of reach of the Dane. The new point system introduced this year has meant that consistency takes precedence over big results, making the Runabout GP1 Championship even more competitive this year. Riders know that every position and every point in every moto counts, and that everything can change with a single moto. In lap 3, no change in positions. Hajime Izahai still leading, but with Jeremy Perez looking for any chance to overhaul the Japanese rider, breathing down his neck, putting the pressure on, seeing if he can slalom his way past him in the alternate course. Perez is racing full tilt, going hard in the slalom, but so is Izahai. This is going to be close. Who will come out ahead? Perez just misses him. Izahai speeds past the separator buoy with Perez in full chase. Drama behind them as Jorgensen and Al Abdulrazak lock horns on the straight. Jorgensen nudging ahead of the Kuwaiti, and he does it! He slips in on the inside. Jorgensen back up into fourth. The Jorgensen rampage continues as he then overhauls Wisniewski, bumping the pole down to fourth. Jorgensen shooting up to third. What a run from the Dane! Veteran former world number 3 Lorenzo Benagli of Italy is towed off the circuit. And so is Jorgensen. He stops in the circuit. What a shame. He was having such a good race, but just pushed too hard. Jorgensen's excellent run comes to an end just a few laps into the race. Wisniewski and Al Abdulrazak reclaim third and fourth respectively. Jorgensen tries to start up again, but it's no good. Al Abdulrazak has to go for the black penalty buoy after missing a turn, but he holds point with a comfortable enough gap over Lino Araujo in fifth. The epic battle up front continues as Izahai is unable to shake off Jeremy Perez, the Frenchman not letting the Japanese rider out of reach, looking for any opportunity to pounce, but Izahai is making no mistakes out there. Perez continues to pour on the pressure. They are virtually neck and neck. Perez giving it all he has. He is tantalizingly close to snatching that lead. But Izahai is just fast enough to hold Perez off in a thrilling duel for the Moto2 lead here in Qingdao. The drama also continues behind the lead riders as Wisniewski and Al Abdulrazak do battle for third place. Wisniewski holding off the Kuwaiti, but Al Abdulrazak giving it all he has to try and break into the top three as the two riders fight not just for the Moto and Grand Prix points, but are also in the running for the world title in 2019. Wisniewski knowing a good result here could send him to the lead of the world standings. Al Abdulrazak has a problem with his ski, but he can't let up now as he continues his dogged pursuit of the Polish rider. But the laps run out, that's it! Hajime Izahai is in the final stretch. He will claim a historic first ever win for a Japanese rider in the UIM-ABP Runabout GP1. What a race from him, the world champion breathing down his neck lap after lap, but he holds his nerve and brings the win home for 25 points. Jeremy Perez earns a crucial 22 points, keeping his world championship hopes very much alive. Great race from the Frenchman, and the third place showing today for Andrei Wisniewski is also a huge result for the Pole, earning 20 crucial points as he holds off the four-time world champion Al Abdulrazak, who finishes fourth. Lino Araujo fifth, then Samuel Johansson, Rashid Altair, Brando, Pankratov, and Johan Johansson completing the top 10 in Moto2. The overall Grand Prix results, fourth place in Moto2 is enough to give Yusuf Al Abdulrazak the High Air Grand Prix of Qingdao title. Runner-up on the podium is Hajime Izahai, and third place goes to Wisniewski.
I'm very happy. Like I had a lot of issues. I had my shoulder, I had a hernia, and the recovery wasn't that good. But I had a lot of strategy coming on in this race. We changed our ski from last race, and it worked well. We had a hard fight. It was a very hard fight between Marcus and the Japanese guy. So the results has changed a lot. Marcus broke. And the championship is for everyone, you know, everyone's close in points. So we have to be smart in the last race in Sharjah.
In the world standings after round 3, a huge shakeup as a new world standings leader emerges from Qingdao, Andrei Wisniewski, 7 points clear of Al Abdulrazak in second, who is tied on 97 points with Emirati Rashid Altair in third. Then just 4 points behind them, it's Marcus Jorgensen fourth and Samuel Johansson fifth, followed by Jeremy Perez, 17 points behind Wisniewski with 2 motos left at the final Grand Prix of the year in Sharjah. Any one of those riders could take the world title in 2019. That concludes the High Air Grand Prix. See you in the United Arab Emirates for the fourth and final round in Sharjah, where the 2019 UIM-ABP Aquabike World Championship will be decided.